Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and I have been wanting to do this video for some time now, and it's about organizing our life. And it's not what you typically think. When I say organizing your life, you think, oh, my morning routine, my work routine, whatever the case may be. This has a little bit of a twist to it, and I want to give a kind of heads up that we'll be talking about sensitive information, especially when it comes to death. So if you are sensitive on that subject right now, then I would say enter with caution. But I hope that this information is definitely positive, definitely helpful. And so let's jump right in. Okay friends, when we have a baby, what do? We spend 9 months preparing for the baby. We get the nursery ready, we get the diaper bag ready, the hospital, bag ready, and we're excited about this bundle of joy that's coming into the world. And then on the other end, when it's time for us to depart this world, a lot of people are not prepared. And I have seen where it has caused chaos in families when someone dies and they have not organized their life or their things, their life, So I found as a professional organizer, when I'm working with a lot of families, that we get wrapped up into our day-to-day lives so much that we really lose sight on taking care of the things that really need to be handled. And the things that we need to take care of really wouldn't take a lot of time if we just like Nike, just do it, And so the purpose of this video today is to tackle one of those aspects, which is preparing for your death. Death is something that we all know is going to happen, but oftentimes so many are not prepared for it outside of getting a life insurance policy and making sure that you have your burial things in place. But there's a lot more to that when it comes to you moving on that could really make it easier on who's left behind. When we have those babies in the beginning of life, if we don't prepare, it's on us because we haven't prepared. So when the baby gets here, it's on us to make it work. But that's not the case when we die. If we're not prepared when we die, it's not on us. It's on someone we love. It's on our loved ones. We leave that on them. And so today I want to specifically share with you how to organize a variety of things as you go through life so that when that time comes, you are really prepared and you've prepared it for not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. So friends, I want to turn the camera around and I want to walk through some tips on how to organize your life and to get all of these things in order. Now, I do want to say, this video is not for just someone who's in their 50s, 60s and up. This is for everyone, especially if you're in your 20s and 30s, because oftentimes in our 20s and 30s, we don't think about this at all because we think we have so much life left. And that's not the case. No one knows when we're going to leave this earth. And so it's important that you're prepared at all points of your life. So I'm going to grab some coffee and then I'm going to turn the camera around and you and I can then get to work. Okay, friends, I have my coffee with a little splash of coconut and what was the other one that I used? Oh, the vanilla. I always love vanilla, so I'll take vanilla and I will mix it with anything. But I have vanilla and coconut today in my But First Jesus mug on this beautiful Sunday. Okay, friends, so let's jump right in. And again, let me say this. This is not for the purpose of saying, go get my life planner. If you want it, it's there for you to get. You can create something on your own. I think it's just important that you organize your life's information. So I want to take you through to show you the types of information and the tips that I think that you need to make sure that you have in a safe place. Now, I keep our life planners in our file cabinet with our wheel binder. So that's what I would recommend for you, is to put it in your binder that you keep with your wheels, and that way it makes it easy. You could also keep it in probably as a good place is your life insurance binder. If you combine those, if you don't combine those, then I would keep it in my life insurance binder. But you want it in a place where whoever is going to handle your business knows where to go get it. And here's, this is the first tip. Tell that person before you leave this earth where they can find these things so that they don't have to go on a hunt for the information. What I do recommend for a lot of families is that once a year, at the beginning of your year, have a quick family call for everybody to say, hey, nothing's changed with me this year, everything's good, or hey, I've changed the location of my will and things like that. In the event, this is where you find it. It's all of a 10-minute conversation, check-in conversation to have every month, every month, not every month, every year with your parents, with your kids, or whoever it is that you're responsible for in the event that they leave this earth. Or when, not in the event, when they leave this earth. So, the first thing that you definitely want to keep on file is you want to keep all your contact information. So you want to keep kind of the address and information for your financial planner, for your living will, your realtor, your beneficiary, all of them, charitable organizations that you belong to or that you donate to, schools, your closest friends. So, you want to have contact information for all of these things just in one place. And if you didn't want to do something like this, you could easily get an address book and do it in that form. But keeping it all in this life planner just keeps everything just very organized and simplified, and it's one place that the person has to go. But in the planner I have here, which is on my website, if you want it, AtHomeWithNikki.com, when you buy it, you just print it out and it gives you all of this. Other information is your life insurance policy holder, medical insurance policy holder, storage units, if you have any storage units, all of that information, any rental properties that you have, all of their contact information, the veterinarian, coroner, attorney, all of these things makes it easy for that person to just come here and they have the information. Also, I have some blank spaces here if there's some additional additional ones that that are just specific to you that you need to add in. And then also employers, power of attorneys, county officers, funeral home, doctor, caretaker, and then again another blank page, plenty of space for you to add other contacts. So the next thing that is in the life planner that I think that you should have, if you choose, is a letter to family. So just a simple handwritten letter to family that will be given to that family member at the time or once you pass away. And so this can be a great time to tell that person things that you wanted to tell them after you are gone, things that can make them feel really good during this grieving process. And it's something that you can do now, which will just make it something that happens, because if you don't do it now, it may not happen, So it's basically just write a letter to your family members. You can use a page. I have a few pages in here, so you can do one for each family member. You can even put it in the envelope with their name on it, seal it, and keep it in your life planner. And that's a good way to handle that. The life planning checklist. So I want to go through the checklist with you so that you can just think about some things that to get in order. So one, of course, everyone knows the will. We need to get our will in order, and we should have a will, updated every 5 years. You just want to make sure that your assets go where you want it to go. The living will. This is another type of will that, in the event that you have a medical condition, this is something that you definitely want to deal with also. Meet with a financial planner. That way you can make sure that all of your financial information is good to go, and that you are protected and your loved ones are protected in the event or when you go. I keep saying in the event, like it may or may not happen, but it will happen eventually. Create a list of assets. You want to list anything in your home that's worth more than $100. So you want to just kind of write that down on a list, and that way that family member knows where and what those items are. And then you want to create a list of your debts. That way it makes it easy for them. They don't have to go on a hunt. They can simply look at this list and they know all of the things that they need to take care of and notify and all of that kind of stuff. You need to select a power of attorney. You need to select an estate administrator, designate a beneficiary, update life insurance policies, purchase burial or cremation services, designate sentimental items. Now, with the designate sentimental items, you can definitely think about you know, giving people specific things. Like if there's that special trinket that you want your friend in New York to have, or you want all of your friends to get one of your little things. So you have the opportunity to really kind of make those decisions early. Organize your home files. So definitely you want to keep your home files organized, because this will make it so simplified for that person to see and get to all the information they need to get to. Now, here's the thing is, I have a video that I share with you how to put together your home files. I will link that down below, but I definitely would recommend that you go watch that to help you with that process. Give a copy of the Life Planner Collection to your power of attorney. So once you have this all done, you can make the choice to give it to them, or you can make the choice to say, hey, I don't really want to give them all of this information now, but I want them to know how they can access it if or when the time comes. Then the other thing that I have here is just password keepers, a place for you to put all of your passwords for everything you have, so that that can make it easy for them to go in and access and get all of that information. Can you imagine how daunting that is, to deal with someone's business and not have access to the passwords and having to figure things out? And this is just a must. Then another thing is location of documents. And this form here just allows you to say, okay, my will is located here. Is it available? Any notes? So you can just create a list of all those important documents and where that person can find them. So then the other thing I have is just a detailed list of that, where it's health insurance, marriage, birth certificate, mortgage, you know, those, it's all listed out, so that it makes it easy for you to just go, okay, so my health insurance is here, my marriage certificate is here, and so you don't have to kind of try to think out what the items are. The other page, it's for extras. So this is it's a starter for you of the core items, and then if there's anything that you have that is not on this list, you can use that previous page for that. So here is just a checklist, a funeral preparation checklist, and this is actually for the person who is left behind. This is so that they know exactly what they need to do. A lot of times when you lose someone, your mind is, you're just in a fog, or you just, you know, you're grieving, and so it is just, again, daunting to have to think about this. But with this checklist, you're giving them a tool that just simplifies things for them. You can have it on a clipboard in your home file if you want, but they can just easily see what they need to do. You know, obtain legal pronouncement of death, prepare transportation of the body, notify the person's doctor or county coroner, notify close friends and family, arrange for care for any pets and dependents, notify person's employer, arrange organ donation if applicable, call funeral home. And so it's just a detailed checklist, and it gives all the kind of, I not only tell you what to do, I also give you the details on kind of how they can execute it. And then also on the back here, I have the funeral planner. So this is the things that will help them kind of get through it, of things they need to do. One, visit funeral homes, check the reviews of funeral homes, select the location of the funeral home, choose whether burial or creation, select casket. And so it's just all of those very detailed stuff that goes into preparing for a funeral. But the good thing about it is this will help them not miss a mark. So this is not anything that you would need to fill out. This is just a tool that you're leaving for them. And friends, another thing, I don't know if you can see it here, but I break it into time periods. So this stuff here is what you need to do immediately. So once you pass away, this is what your loved one needs to do immediately. These are all the things that they need to do immediately. And then I have this sheet here, which goes into what to do within a few days. So it just goes through all of the things that they need to do in the first couple of days of your passing. And then after that, on the back, what to do up to 10 days after the passing. So it goes into that thing, you know, all the things that they need to do, such as order several copies of the death certificate, start the probate process, contact the trust and attorneys, contact Social Security office. So it just gives all those detailed things that they need to do up to 10 days after your death. So the next thing is the obituary planner. And so I think that a lot of this you can take off of their hands, because you can do it ahead of time. It just basically has your information, your spouse, children. You can fill in most of the information for them, like place of birth and all of that. And then anything that doesn't apply at that time, such as memorial date, burial date, and all that, That's an easy plug-in for them. But then it says, what has your life meant to you? So what this is this is something that you can complete, and they can look at, and it helps them easily create your obituary. So it says, what has your life meant to you? What are 3 words that sum up your life? What are your accolades? And what message do you want to leave this world? And so I think that this is a way that you can have a beautiful obituary, and it's with your input. So the next sheet is for your obituary photos. And so what I always think is so, you ever go to a funeral and someone has obituary and they have so many nice photos of throughout that person's life, and it's really comforting. It's kind of like when you see that, it's just one of those things that can bring some joy to a funeral, if that's the best way to say it. Just kind of reminiscing about the person and looking at those old photos. And so what you can do is you can make it simpler for them by going ahead and putting the photos here. So you can, and I have it outlined so that you have your baby pic, early childhood, teen, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. And so it gives a complete kind of a journey in photographs of your life that they can then take these photos and add into your obituary. But they don't have to go searching through photos, which I also find that families are having to do that, trying to search through photos to find good photos of the person and all of that. Well, they wouldn't have to do that. You already have it laid out. You can just put some 2-sided tape here and just put the pictures on here, and they have it in one swoop, and they could just hand this to the funeral home. And then also on the back, I have where you can put a big photo, one of your big photos of just your main photo there. Okay. And so here is actually the actual date of funeral planning form. And this basically just goes through the service. And so it's the entrance hymn, who are going to be readers, the scriptures that you would like read, honor guard, are they going to be present? Is it going to be open casket, closed casket? And so, you know, these are just those details that you can put all on here. And it's very detailed. So I'm not going to go through everything, but trust me, I wanted to make sure that no stone was left unturned when it came to this. So here is a key organizer, and the purpose of this page, you'll see all the little blocks here, is so that you can put the keys to the various things you have on here. And what you can do, friends, is just take some hot glue or even glue, it doesn't matter. It's just on the key part, on the, not on the actual key, the part that goes in the door, but on the face of the key, and just stick it here. And so maybe you can have the house keys, the shed key, keys to any lock boxes, all of those keys here, and then just spare keys, and then keep it also in that life planner. And that way it will make it easy for them. They have all the keys right here on this key organizer, and they don't have to go searching. They can just rip it off and then take it to go. Hot glue is probably the best because they can easily just rip it off, but it would just keep the keys all in one place for them. So friends, I hope that you found this video helpful. And you know, this is not meant to be morbid. It's meant to really just take a moment to organize such an important part of your life. Just like we take time to organize the entrance into this world, it's important to organize the exit to the beautiful next world. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments. I would love to know in the description box below. Definitely, I will have my life planner down, the link down there where you can get this down in the description box below. It's right off my website, AtHomeWithNikki.com. So friends, I hope you found this helpful. I hope that you will start the process of plugging in anything that you may have missed in this whole process that I shared with you today, so that you really have all of your life things kind of in order. And definitely, if you want my life planner, I'll put the link in the description box below. You can go to AtHomeWithNikki.com and get it there, but the direct link to it is right below. I hope that you all are doing great. I will see you at the next video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.